zone. Got your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give a nah flex. While you there looking the best, feel the get up in your chest while I soak up my success, getting tokens for your stress. I be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage, acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him, girl, you fake. Try to get it out, what you handsome, you ain't dance on. Tell your boyfriend, go and put your hands on. Down, the best friend, she went and did the same thing. I'm really mad, but she won't know. Everything has gotta be cool when we living so cold. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting I'm gonzo. Headed where the homie live, cause it's on though. I was chasing 3 women like I'm
Tonight, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Chicago Bears taking on the Washington Commanders.
Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders,
they're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Commanders making their way out.
And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. The numbers there for Brown from a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Brown with his stick skills. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Now a throw here to his running back. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. On the handoff, this is Brown. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On 4th down, Rich. And he finds McLaurin. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Looking to throw. Rich. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Chicago's offense running out, and something they hope to see for years and years to come. Second-year pro Justin Fields leading the way.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. How about Jonathan Allen there, pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A shotgun snap. Fields flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chase Young has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Rich slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked, and there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Rich.
And yet again, it's McLaurin.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. This is caught. Touchdown.
Cole Turner
From 10 yards out.
and the Commanders lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays.
And capping it all off was Cole Turner with a touchdown catch.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down.
Here's Fields.
There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 19 carries, 84 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
An inside give, Brown, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and 2. Rich. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
On first down, Rich escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rich.
Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Sly on for the extra point.
Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Five plays there on that drive.
And it was capped off by the Logan Thomas touchdown catch. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Out of the gun, Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
To throw is Fields.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet.
And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
So here is Washington now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Second and 11.
Looking to throw. Rich to the right side and complete to Thomas. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. 21-0 our score after 1. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Back to throw. Rich. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin.
And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the 1st half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So 2 1st downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Rich. Thomas brings it in.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
This is Brown going up the middle.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down. Rich over the middle, complete. It's Brown.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Throwing on 1st down. Rich. Open man is Samuel, complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, so what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Fields now to throw.
The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
2nd down at 4.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, oh.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Chase Young
able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. From the 50, here's Fields.
And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
The former third-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They will toss to Brown. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Back to throw. Rich. He's got a man. Complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 28-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now it's Fields.
He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Fields
on the move to his left. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Now Fields.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole.
Now here's Bradley Pinion now.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
On 1st and 10, Rich. Wide open receiver, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Rich dancing to his left.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Thomas has got it, complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got Thomas yet again, complete.
And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Forced out to his left. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Man open left side is Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rich. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. But the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
On first down, Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. To throw again on second down.
Fields finding room at midfield. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top.
As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium as they'll take on the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Carolina Panthers. Then on Sunday night, a classic in the NFC East. You never know what can happen when these two get together. Cowboys and Eagles at 8:20 Eastern. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation.
Here's Fields. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago.
A 3-yard touchdown pass.
And the Bears come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Rich. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On 1st down, Rich.
Samuel bringing in the slant. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's a give to Brown. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will stay a 3-score game at 24. Bears coming out as they get ready.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. And right side, they're going to go option here. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays...
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send down the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the posts. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here we go. Check the Eagles. Ready.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. Off play action. Rich. This will be caught by Brown. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And Thomas has it.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They give it to Brown. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
To throw on second down. Rich. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Rich. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rich. And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Operating from the gun. Rich. Touchdown! From 4 yards out. And the Commanders have opened the lead up to 30. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. We haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Fields. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Operating from the gun. Fields gets this one left side to Pettis. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. Touchdown, Bears! David Montgomery, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are able to